Hi guys, welcome back. It's been a long morning, afternoon. It's very hot in Albuquerque, but I wanted to get this reading out, especially the extended, because I'm going to be doing extended for the first time today. So I'll put the link in the description box. This is going to be a general reading, so we'll see what comes out, whatever you're dealing with in the collective. Okay, so right after that we have the Two of Swords. So there could be some stagnant energy here. Yeah. Okay, so whatever is going on for you, whether that's love life, work, or anything else, all the above, it looks like you're coming from a place of being very understanding, loving, kind, generous. Maybe that was how you operated for most of your life. And maybe up to now things have not worked out the way you thought they would, by being a good person, by being, agreeable, or even the fact that you're emotionally aware can be really hard living in this really narcissistic society. I think that's fair to say. So coming from that place, and this can take years. We have the Justice card in the current situation, where things are balancing out, leveling out, and you're weighing your priorities. You're weighing the energy versus payoff. You're at a place where, maybe to the outside it can look a little regressive, like, just being less agreeable, being less, maybe coddling to others, maybe even coming off as a bitch. But this is a necessary chapter, and it's not just a chapter, it's going to change the trajectory of your life and what's able to flow in after this. When one door closes, another opens, but you have to fully close that door on the past. And if you're not sure where to act, where to put your energy, where to go next, a big part of this is the undoing of past commitments and undoing of the limitations of maybe some of your training in life, undoing limitations of how you might have been institutionalized through school, or other things that you've been a part of. But it's that group mind, group mentality that you're breaking away from, and that can cause a lot of trouble in family systems, in group dynamics, and friendship groups, and community, which doesn't really mean much unless you're vibrating on the same frequency. It doesn't really matter what outside group you're a part of. You don't have to belong to every group that has common goals or common interests. In fact, that's kind of rare. So let's take a look at it a little bit more. Two of Rods, King of Swords, and Seven of Cups. Okay, so yes, the past life continues to affect the present. You might have somebody come in that you knew earlier in life. We are in Mercury retrograde still, so this is a timeless reading, but that theme, there's a reason that we revisit old themes. There's a reason for these cycles. there's a reason that the year has the seasons and cycles that it has. So we can reset, we can learn from the past year, we can give our body and our mind and our spirit time to regenerate and unplug. A woman goes through this monthly, so if you are female watching this, or I don't know. I don't read like other readers when they have all the new age terms and things like that. Like, yes, I'm very familiar with the twin flame, divine feminine, divine masculine, all these different things, archetypes. But we have, we're evolving. We're going past these kinds of labels. We're looking at the energy. We understand that there's masculine and feminine ebb and flow in everybody. And anyway, we'll talk about twin flames another day because that's a made up term by Elizabeth Clare Prophet and her church. And I hope anyone watching this channel isn't still waiting for their twin flame, because that is a myth. Anyway, we have the Queen of Swords also. So it's going to take you being a little bit more ruthless at this time in order for you to get what you deserve. That's not fair. That's not great. It doesn't feel good. But look around. Look at who gets what they want. It doesn't mean you have to be a shitty person or hurt people, or maybe you don't want to become like the people in your life that do get what they want and that do have things catered to them and things like that. Or you don't want to take advantage, like as some business owners do, hiring people that they think are disadvantaged and then paying them peanuts, or shorting people, or any of those things. Like, we don't have to become completely inhuman, but you do have to be a little more direct, a little more cutthroat, a little more sure of your decisions when you are deciding a trajectory or to cut someone off. It is what it is, That's kind of like the energy that I'm getting out of this current situation. And then we have the Two of Rods looking out at the future. So it definitely is time to move, make a move. Make a move in business, make a move or it will be soon. You'll know when the time is right. But it might be time to start making like a 5-year plan, a 10-year plan. And you might actually want to, if the time isn't right now, start making little steps, baby steps toward moving to where you do want to go. But you have to actually take the step. You can't just dream about it or look at what the possibilities are. You have to talk about it. You might find someone that aligns with you that can help you, just by putting it out there, or in organically. But maybe you do have to make it happen a little bit more, force things along a little bit more, seek out people that can mentor you, seek out people that can support you and want to support you, rather than wasting your time or energy on people who don't understand you, will never understand you, have their own agendas, and then want to feel bad about it when yours doesn't line up, So don't force yourself to stay where you're not celebrated, where you're not accepted, because there are plenty, billions of people on the earth, So that is really important, to not get stuck or weighed down in too much overthinking, because life is still moving, life is still passing by. And as overwhelming as it can be to just think about everything we have to do and everywhere we have to be and the milestones that we need to make and everyone else that wants something from us, you still don't want to just come to earth, live your whole life, and not have anything done that you would have really wanted to experience or enjoy. This is a sensory plane. This is a sensory dimension. You should be experiencing your senses, experiencing connection, and experiencing everything there is to do here that you can, that's in your capacity. And I hope that you will take that into consideration as you're making the next steps for your 5-year plan or for the next year. But really spell it out. You'll be surprised how much can come true, but then take the daily action. Hold yourself accountable to that routine as much as, even if you are a spontaneous person, there can be those little attainable action steps that start putting you in the direction where you do want to move, the right people around you. And like I said, this might not make sense to people on the outside. That's fine. It doesn't need to make sense for them. It needs to make sense for you and the people that actually love you and the people that are in your life day to day and the people that matter to you. So that's all for the intro. I'm going to go ahead and move to the extended reading where we'll pull more advice and possibly get some astrological signs that you might be dealing with and just get a little more detail. I'm also going to be pulling out this new oracle deck that I have. It's called the Literary Witches Oracle, and I'll probably be using this for a few weeks as I get used to it. But I don't know all of the different literary characters. I wish I did know all of them, but they're so interesting. And then the oracle symbolism is very helpful too. There's a lot of cards in here, and I might just do a separate review on it. Let me know if you want me to do just a full video on a tarot review of this deck. But otherwise, I will see you soon. Hope you're enjoying your summer, and I'll see you in the extended.